How's it everyone? AKA Offhand Adventures, Logan here. It's a day after we went fishing, get the Nenue. We're gonna try fillet and make poke. So, what you like? Some Hawaiian salt, aloha brown soy sauce, Maui onion, sesame oil, chili pepper flakes. Let's get started. Slit on the gills, or you can just start from the spine. You poke one hole, go all the way down. The way I prefer is starting from the spine, so I'll go right by where the fin is, puncture it, and I'll just make a small incision all the way down. Same thing going up. Angles. Now when you do that, so you can start pushing the knife through from the tail. At the same time, you want to make sure your knife is right on the spine of the fish. Angles. Turn it around and do the same thing this side. You're just going to follow the spine all the way. And from here you kind of just want to cut around the ribs so you don't get any, you don't puncture the stomach, you don't puncture any of the guts. This fuck is tough. Yes, sir. Now you just cut down.
Now, one thing we want to point out is the Vice President's office is pushing back on the notion that he was trying to point the blame at the CDC. A spokesperson for Vice President Mike Pence said that the Vice President was not trying to blame public health officials. But Wolf, it's very clear at this point, at this hour, we're coming up on 30 minutes until the coronavirus press briefing, that the White House is trying to pretend that officials have been on the case from the very beginning in all of this. Of course, the reality is they haven't. The White House for a second. Thank you very much. As you heard, I spoke to the head of the coronavirus task force earlier today, the Vice President Mike Pence. Here's more of my interview. I want everybody to know that we're taking this one American at a time, and I think if everybody takes the same view and recognizes that all that we can.
Boop. Cut it right here. Got one fillet. Now you can do the same thing for the other side. Cut out the ribs, maybe save that for later because that's where all the bones are. So I usually go under the bones right here so I can save a little of that meat at least. Go down, turn it, then you just follow the bones going across. More time.
You're also getting the great features that any Medicare supplement plan provides. For example, with any Medicare supplement plan, you may choose any doctor or hospital that accepts Medicare patients. You can even visit a specialist. With this type of plan, there are no networks or referrals needed. Also, a Medicare supplement plan goes with you when you travel
Let's peel it off.
A free decision
there you have a little bit of meat and ribs, but you don't really
Let's recap.
want to eat that because of all the bones.
You should keep in mind.
So pretty much this is what you have left to work with.
You may be eligible for Medicare, but it only covers about 80% of your traditional medical costs. A Medicare supplement plan may help pay for some of the rest. 2.
And from
This
here,
type of plan allows you to keep
I
your
like to
top
kind of
benefits
scrape the end first before I remove the meat from the skin.
And 3. These are the only Medicare supplement plans endorsed by AARP. Learn more about why you should choose an AARP Medicare supplement plan. Call today for a free guide.
Closed captioning brought to you by MezzoBook.com.
Pretty much you want to get your knife as flat as possible
Call for the free
as you follow the meat up.
so much more. Call 1-800.
It's usually better with knife with either longer handles or just really flat knives. If not, you want to move the meat as close to the edge as you can to the cutting board so you can get that knife flat. You just start cutting him up.
CNN has uncovered some very disturbing evidence of a huge backlog delaying thousands of results.
Like that. You go all the way up. Now you have a nice little slab of Nenue. You have skin, no meat left on it. You can do the same thing to the other side.
Mayor to cancel large events. So I think the state stay-at-home order is absolutely welcome. We're thankful that the governor did that. The next thing that we have to address is our airport.
So pretty much, that's what you're left with.
Travel to the city of Miami or through the city.
Now, you just kind of want to cube it.
This is a point of vulnerability.
Doesn't need to be perfect. A lot of people, they like uniform, whatever. For me, fish is fish. It all tastes the same. I don't care how big, how small your cube is. Fish is fish. I know I lost one. Scale. Please, I can't even get this scale. Alright. Put this in for now. I'll cut this one off just cause. Alright, so there you have your chunks now. out whatever I don't want. I usually like to take out the middle bulb because it's so big, but it's honestly up to you. If you like that, you can leave that in. Now from here, I'll just go pretty thin, not super thin, but thin enough to where you get these long strings now. And I make my Nenue, same style I make my ahi. Pretty much all the same ingredients. I think that's good enough for that one. Same thing here, you're gonna take out the middle. I like my onions thinner because it'll soak up all the soy sauce and all the chili, everything faster. If you leave them thick, it just takes longer, it stays crunchy longer, but I kind of like mine crunchy sometimes. I just prefer thinner onions. So that's what you're left with. Make sure you don't touch your eyes after you cut your onions out. For the bigger ones, I usually like to cut them in half too. Just for the real long ones. It's good. Now you're gonna grab your bowl of Nenue, put all the onions in. Right now is when you're gonna start getting all your seasonings in now, so you can get some Hawaiian salt. I usually never measure anything, I just eyeball by taste how much I like. I don't usually put that much Hawaiian salt either. It's either I'll go traditional Hawaiian salt or you go red Hawaiian salt. Both pretty mean. I'm gonna start salt though, just a little pinch, you don't need nothing much. Alright, next, sesame oil. This you do have to measure. It's pretty potent. You don't want to put too much of it. Usually for me, I like to put 1 teaspoon every 1 pound of fish. So every pound, like if I had 3 pounds of fish, I put 3 teaspoons. If I got 1 pound, I put 1 teaspoon. It's about one pound of meat, so I only put 1 teaspoon in it. Kind of want to put it all over. Put a little more in just cause. But like I said though, it's really strong. You don't want to put too much of it. Might overpower the fish. Now, soy sauce. This too, same thing. I'll usually eyeball it, how much I think's good. Anyone, you can put as much as you want just by taste. I'll put 2 rounds on it, 1 for good luck. Lastly, chili pepper flakes. There's this Asian chili pepper flakes I love to use because I like spicy poke, but I love shoyu poke at the same time. This Asian chili pepper flakes I like to use. They're really nice. They're not too spicy, but they still bring that heat that I love in poke. I like to sprinkle just a little bit of it on top. Like I said before though, you don't want too much of any ingredient to overpower your poke in any way. Look at that. Perfect. And I don't have green onions right now, but usually I'll put green onions on it. Makes it nice. What do they call them in the mainland? I think they're called chives, but down here we call them green onions. But yeah, that's pretty much how it goes. You stir that up, you'll be ready. After I stir it up, I like to put it in the fridge for about an hour to soak up all the juices and all the sesame oil and all everything. So here with a spoon, stir it up. Look at that.
People who have been diagnosed with mesothelioma have many questions. How did I get this disease?
Alright, I'm gonna put it in the fridge for an hour. Then I'll show you guys the final product, what it looks like after everything soaks in. Gee. So this is how the poke turned out. Hope you guys liked the video. Please comment, subscribe, like. Mahalos. See you guys next time. Gee.